Okay, yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another great day. Welcome to another inspirational day, and we call it
Yeah.
a perfect day to have another blissful conversation about Nigeria, about our political landscape, and about how we do things as a people. Here at Three Guys Media, we try to dissect topics that affect us as citizens of Nigeria and see how we can make sense of our political antecedents. So today we will be jumping on the topic Nigerian youth in politics or youth in politics. Is it a revolution or is just a mere rhetoric? So yeah, today we will be diving deep into what it even means. How has Nigerian youth been involved in politics? Has it shaped our political landscape? Has it brought some sort of revolution, to the space, or has it just been a case of jumping into what is already existing, like some people will say, standing on existing protocol? And so we can go from here to here as we can both be on the revolutionary aspect, or we can talk about it from the rhetoric dimension. Just depends on what you feel. So today we'll be going as far as understanding what shapes our ideology as a youth. Are we disenfranchised as youths? Are there barriers that stops us from participating fully in politics? And does the digital space even make it possible for us to get involved so much in politics? So all this we'll be having, as we move from point one to point two in
Yeah.
today's episode. So yeah. Okay, so Izu, what do you think? Youth in politics. So where are you
No, I,
picking
I
from?
think
Are
I
you
think you
starting?
should I think you should start the conversation.
Okay,
Let
okay.
me
I
see
would
how
let me
to.
let me let me take the honors.
Yeah, I think you should start the
Okay,
conversation.
yeah. So on my own part, I actually,
Hmm.
for somebody who has advocated for youth involvement in politics, even while immediately I just left university, I certainly understand the gravity of what is in front or what is about.
Yeah.
So up until 2014, 2015, I would say, Nigerian youth had just been very docile in politics. I'm not talking about the military era where we had young people who were
Yeah.
military men who were already getting
Becoming
their
head of
share of
state.
politics. You get because they didn't have a choice. At that time, a lot of our educated population were of the young generation. If you talk about them, Azikiwe, some people who went to school at a young age. So those who were entering politics at that time were pretty young people. So let's not go there. Let's talk about when we got into when democracy came back 1999. From
Yeah.
that moment up until 2014, 2015 election, youth were actually docile. But it became very, very important with the popular bill, not too young to run, and
Yeah.
so that's kind of puts a very important that kind of changed the handwriting on how Nigeria political space started
Yeah.
developed because youth started to get involved, started to see that yeah, we can actually get into these things. And one of the crews of the bill at that time was to reduce the age limit for political office. If you remember, they were clamoring that the age for both president, governor, house of reps should be, brought down, so people
Yeah.
can participate, so people can even show interest. And so it started from there, and youth started showing interest in politics. We know how largely youth contributed to the emergence of President Buhari, if not
As well.
for the campaign era. the use of digital space was practically that of the youth doing that. It was like a digital revolution, I would call it, because a lot of youths showed interest. They were participating in social media campaigns. They were, sharing ideas, mobilizing for protests, which to some extent people will feel like it wasn't, it was kind of a a deliberate act to deviate Nigeria from our from our development stride. But we won't take out the role the youth played. Their voices were amplified. They went deep into ensuring that people came out en masse to vote, to register, and also to vote. But then, despite all these things we just outlined, there is still that particular rhetorics that young people cannot be trusted with political offices. It's still there. It's still staring at us in the face. The older generation will tell us that we are not ready for governance. We are not even ready. We don't even understand what governance is. We don't even understand the gameplay. So all these things have been as a result of, I would say, lack of proper teaching. Let me use the word teaching in our political space, or even from our development as students. Up until a long time, we didn't have anything like civil education. But at some point, I heard that some schools were taking civil education and all that. And then at one point, I think it stopped. So a lot of us grow up not even knowing why we should be involved. Why am I even, what am I doing here? Am I supposed to be here? And then the notion we get about politics is that it's a dirty game. You don't even stare yourself into, don't even come close to it if you're not ready for the jimboism that comes with it. But for me, I would like to say that I would stay on the revolution part because the youths are actually bringing something new to the table. In fact, a lot of the changes we see in politics these days is because of the youth are getting involved. They are probing, they are pushing, they are asking the right questions, they are challenging the system, they're asking this to be done, things to be done. If you go on Twitter, a lot of things happen. People hold people accountable. People draw people's mind to the fact that you're there because of we put you there and you need to answer back to us. Our parent generation don't care. They just vote and go and sit down. But the youths are actually doing something different. They're changing the narrative. They are imputing something new. And for me, I would like to think that the youthful population is actually a revolutionary one, and it should be actually um, welcomed. So that's my own take. So what do
Okay.
you think?
Yeah, for me, I think I may be on the opposite side anyway, and it's
Interesting.
not because it's not because I'm being pessimistic or anything, but one of the most important thing you pointed out is like lack of history, historical knowledge. A lot of the youth in Nigeria. If you go to Lagos today, let's say you go to Lagos, just go enter one market, pick random youth. You understand? Just a random guy. Just ask the guy like, maybe can he state the five head of states that we have? You understand? Many people won't even be able to do that. You know, so you have a situation like for me, growing up, trying to learn things about politics. I was the only way I didn't learn it in school. You understand? It was just because I had access to some newspapers and I liked foreign affairs. You understand? So that was how like I became politically inclined. When I was in secondary school, I was just if I see any newspaper, I just try to read it. I That time phone wasn't that rampant then anyway. So there was one day we had a small gathering of Nigerians, and then they wanted to do a pop quiz. So they were asked. So that was the day that I said, okay, so all this thing I have read. So this is the first time I used it. So they were asking, maybe when did Nigeria become a republic? All these things that are normal in that you see every day in foreign affairs now. When did Nigeria become a republic? Who was Nigeria's first head of state? All those people, like, I was the only one answering, basically. You understand? People were looking at me thinking it was a big deal. Say I sabi o. It's something that they are supposed to know, you know. But then when it came to they play the music and they say who is that artist, bro, everybody participated in that. Everybody knew what was going on. So if you don't know your history, how are you going to know when things are going wrong or when history is repeating itself? So that's number one for me. And then secondly, again, there is this the cultural background where we grew up. There is this culture that we like a culture that you know that promotes patriotism. You know, people are not seeing, like, sometimes what I wish is that if only the government know that if with the population of Nigeria, if Nigeria can become an economic hub, like, everybody is going to benefit from it. But many youths are not thinking in that regard. You know, some people are thinking in tribal, like, they have this tribal thinking. um is he my brother that is that is the governor now? If I become governor tomorrow, me, I will still do my own thing. I go still carry money as other people they carry money. You know, so the culture and all these things has been normalized. If you read in a newspaper, every day that if you just go to, let's say you go to Google News and you are scrolling and you see that they are querying somebody for stealing 100 billion naira, you just scroll past it. It's like it's normal. It's nothing that we haven't seen. You won't be like, hey, what is going on here? You just scroll past it. You won't even try to read it. If they say they have set a commission to investigate how money was stolen, you'll be like, these people again, self. So there is this culture of we being normalizing, like, the bad aspect of our lives. So it now makes it that people don't ask the right questions, like you were saying as well. And then um, it doesn't, like, people don't love this country. Like, there is people don't have that love like, they want to see Nigeria progress. What everybody wants to see is to see their own pockets lined. But people don't know that you can see Nigeria progress and then also have your pocket line. That both of them can be true at the same time. So we didn't have that cultural upbringing that promotes unity, that promotes patriotism, that promotes progress, thinking progressively. We don't have that. And then again, I also think that whether you are a youth, whether you are an ATO. I mean, I get in terms of mental acuity, I get it matters, but it doesn't make you a good leader because I know they will not say there is a saying that the exception is not the rule. But one of the guys that really disappointed me, let's just think about Nigerian politics, Collins. I don't know that I know the guy I want to mention. Do you know the person I want to mention now?
Yeah, yeah, Bello.
Bro, bro. Oh my god. Like, that guy, like, he was one of the worst, bro. Like, the guy didn't even care. Like, nothing was even forthcoming. Like, his people, and then to show you how things are, how bad things are, it is still those same youths that he deprived of what they need are still the ones cheering him, trying to protect him from EFCC, you know. But when you look at Yahya Bello, and then when you look at, even with these things that happened, during the last election, there was this people that just bought Labour Party tickets, and then they just got in. You understand? So when they got in, I was just laughing because people were like expecting change, expecting that things were going to change, that Labour Party people have entered. But what do you think is the difference between that guy that bought Labour Party ticket and the guy that bought PDP ticket? The only difference is that the Labour Party guy doesn't have money. The PDP guy has money, but they are still Nigerians. They still grew up the same way you grew up. So people. So when they were sharing money in National Assembly, people were like, Labour Party people still they collect money. No, what do you want them not to do? Like people were expecting them to become uh, this character that are different from the average Nigerian. You know, but they forget that we all grew up together. Like the youths, I like what I was saying in this is that the youths are not ready. You understand? We are not ready. If the youths, I think I saw a data that the youth make up 76% of Nigerian population. 76. Huh? Is you see? So and yeah, so this even when you were saying you mentioned not too young to run. Not too young to run jail is it was just like to remove a technicality that prevents youth from coming to power. But there is already a the balance is not in our favor in the sense that Nigerian politics is so capital intensive. You need a lot of cash. You understand? Apart from you not being able to buy, like not being able to be accepted by an egg based on your age, how many of Nigerian youth can still like can come out and be like that they can buy a campaign like a form, let's say a form for House of Rep, a form for State Assembly. How many of us can like afford that? So when you look at that, you see that you can't even compete. So because at the end of the day, you even look at Labour Party, that was almost nothing then. How much do you think they are collecting for the this thing now? For you to buy their form? Like you see that he's just meet the new boss, same as the old boss. There is nothing happening there. And when you talk of the Twitter space that you're talking about, like sometimes I just get so much angry because like I'm I'm an OB supporter. Do you understand? And I believe that the some of the OB supporters are doing more, like they are doing more harm than good. They are doing what I know they are saying is it fire by fire. But when you are doing fire by fire, you are not going to convince any. You are just going to make the other party to believe that they are right in their own opinion. You are not going to convince anybody to come to your side. There are certain things you see, you don't have to comment on it. There's even like that. One of the things that were trending one time was it like some months ago when Bat went to China. His supporters were like that he wasn't welcomed. This and I was like, what's that? It just show like it's showing like just share this wickedness that or jealousy. You don't want this guy to succeed. This is our country. We need the person that is the president now is bad. Without I don't like the fact that he's there. You understand? But you need to be able. You don't have to support him. You understand? But you don't have when you see a policy like for instance, one of the policies that I will praise BAT that they did is the local government autonomy. you know but the same youth, they are never going to see, they can't be objective. You can support to be and still be like, okay, this thing that Bart did is good, and then you continue criticizing some of his, but there's so many things to criticize about Bart, so many things he keeps doing. He's not the one buying yacht, is it? So many things you can talk about, but when you see one good thing come out of it, you say that one good thing. And then there was also this guy that went and was saying something like telling Korean people not to invest this and that. Like, I was like, there's just we are not ready, bro. So people can't find a way of being objective. If you can't find a way of being objective, you are just being following someone sheepishly. When that person even makes a mistake, you can't like tell that person to their face that, see, you fucked up. This thing you did is this thing you said is not okay. So we can't in the internet space, they are not objective. They are just following everything with emotion. So that doesn't show you that these are people that are ready for a revolution. You just say one thing and then everybody is looking at it from the lens of tribe. You understand? If I make a reply to somebody, what they are interested in is in my name. So maybe I'm supporting OB, maybe so that's why I'm having this position. That doesn't show you the sign of people that are revolutionary. Understand? It just shows you how baby, because it's only babies that they react emotionally to everything. So I just think it's all
Okay.
rhetoric. I
So
don't believe it.
you don't believe it's revolutionary. You think it's just
I don't
rhetoric.
I
Okay,
don't I don't I
let
don't
me bring
believe.
Paul in here. Paul is a big player in the politics in the political space. I'm sure he has interfaced with a lot of youths and a lot of grown-up
Yeah.
people. So, Paul, I want you to throw your light on this. What do you think? Do you think the youth are
Welcome, Paul.
causing a stir, or we are just following the narrative?
I tell you that. So the point you are making is like that what is in at play here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, of course, it's one of the things that thing is not party based. That is just personality. You understand? You are not going to see that in the whole of Labour Party candidates. It's just personality. It's still the same thing that happened in 2023 with Obi and Wike. That Obi is not going to do what some of the demands that these guys have. It's just personality. It's not. Of course, I know. Yeah. Yes, that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that they are limiting that. Even though they remove the age limit, we still the game is not still balanced based on capital. Yeah, of course I know. Mm, yeah, yeah, What makes you think that the Nigerian youth are informed about politics? And what do you even mean like by they're informed? Like in what aspect? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not even. Mhm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. It's not. It's not even in that aspect that I'm saying that the youths are not informed. I'm saying the youths are not informed in, in like Paul, Paul, Paul. See, like I I don't think that Nigerian like see if you are choosing an election, if you are doing an election in Nigeria, do you actually believe that one of the main reasons why many candidates win is because they played one smart politics. They strategized. They did this and that. My point is that the Nigerian electorate, they are not that smart. You don't need to do those strategies you're talking about to win them. That's not where the politics, that's not where it is won. People are not we are not people Those people are not winning because the masses are like, oh, we like this guy, this and this guy has a dream for us, this guy has plans for us. That's not why they are winning. They are not winning because they don't even they don't even like do this. We don't even do debate. They are not winning because of they are selling themselves to you. No, now, because of strategy. No, now we are not like Nigerian politicians are not playing smart. The only smart thing you say that they are playing is maybe when they are playing their internal politics to come out of the to come out of it. But if it's about like national, like, yeah, yeah. You see, is see, it's just there is no the reason I say there is no strategies. I always tell people this. I say that, like, with what this guy is doing, what's his name, Bat, for instance, they will say people will say Bat is a very smart politician. Some of these, like smart, all these things. The only thing I will say, the only thing I will say about him is that the only thing I will say, Collins, you're not going to join. So you are saying that Bat played the No, 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 no. I think you are getting some of these things wrong, guy. I think you are getting some of these things wrong. The guy has been a patient politician. That's one of the things that most politicians in Nigeria lack. So he has been building himself for quite a while. So, like, when in 2015, when he was supposed, in 2015, what he wanted was to be a VP to this guy, and then from there climb. You understand? So he has been, but I don't even want us to digress. Is like the one thing I want to say, because you keep saying that they are playing smart politics, this, and that. See, it is easy to be like had it been that Nigeria, like when you see some places like US, where the law is working. So you need to find smart ways of like circumventing the rules and then still doing it legitimately. That is where they are playing smart politics. It's not where you break the rule and nothing happens to you, and then you tell me you're playing smart politics. It's not smart politics. When you can use money buying something, that's not smart. Togri is not smart. It has nothing to do. Anybody can do that. Leave that thing that you're saying. Eh? The rules are not level here now. What are you saying? How is he going to be? How is he going to be like that? He's playing one smart politics if the rules are balanced. That people no now don't say that now. Don't say that, guy. It's not. There is nothing like all those things doesn't work in Nigeria, guy. It's not. I don't. I, I don't know. Your guy started talking about strategy and